FOX21 and the Colorado Springs Independent are teaming up once again for this year's Give campaign. We'll be highlighting local organizations that need your help. And tonight, we're taking a look at Protect Pikes Peak, the Palmer Land Trust, a nonprofit organization working to preserve important open lands in southeastern Colorado. Joining me now to tell us more is Scott Campbell. He's the executive director with the organization. Thanks for being here, Scott.
Thank you.
So first, just tell us more about it.
Well, we've been working in this area for a long time.
Okay.
We formed back in the 1970s to protect important open spaces that were at risk, places that people loved and cared about a lot. And since that time, we've grown. We're not a local organization anymore, we're regional. And we've protected about 70,000 acres of open space in the Pikes Peak region and lower Arkansas Valley. Public open spaces, important farm and ranch lands, scenic areas, important habitat. So we've done a lot of work.
And how do you go about doing all this?
Well, when we began in a very cumbersome way.
Okay.
We would raise money to purchase property, and we'd own that property outright, or we'd have that property donated to us. These days, we still do some of that, but much more of our work is done with private landowners or working with community groups to place properties under conservation easement. So we guarantee their protection through conservation easements, but somebody else owns the property and stewards the property.
Okay, things that are very important here in Colorado. So talk about some of the current efforts or your long-term goals, things that you're working on now and then in the future.
Well, Protect the Peak is one of our big goals, and that's what the Give campaign is supporting. The Protect the Peak effort is designed to create a contiguous ring of public lands and private lands that are protected and that circumnavigate Pikes Peak, America's mountain.
Yeah.
And one of the most recent projects that we just closed on there was a project that we did in cooperation with a lot of groups, including the city of Colorado Springs, and that was acquiring the Manitou Section 16 open space that's now owned by the city and protected forever by a Palmer Land Trust conservation easement.
Okay, so if people that want to give to the Give campaign, you know, if they picked your organization, you know, what can they know their donations will be used for?
That's a great question. Well, our donations go to two things, and they're both driven by our mission. And one is to permanently protect at-risk unprotected public lands. And the other one is to steward the lands we've already protected in perpetuity. And their gifts are heavily, heavily leveraged. This year alone, we will have brought in more than $1 million in outside funding because of the community support that we receive.
That's awesome. And you know, that's what Colorado is known for, being beautiful, open lands, mountains. So, you know, things that are really important to people that live here.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Scott, for being here. If you would like
Thank you,
to
Rachel.
give to the Give campaign, you can do so by going to our website, coloradoconnection.com, and clicking on the Give logo. You'll find it at the top of our homepage, and Scott's organization will, of course, be there. Thanks again, Scott.